Hi everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw the Genie from Aladdin. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. On desktop, for some reason a lot of this stuff doesn't work online. I mean on camera, on your phone. So hopefully YouTube will fix that, but for now all these links and whatnot will work on a desktop only. Anyway, sorry, that's taking too long. That being said, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Yeah, that kind of took a long time to get there, huh? So, this one's going to be fairly simple, right? Because I'm going to do the top half. That's really about it, because that's what the Genie is. Now, I'm going to make him a little more muscular, a little stronger, a little more powerful, I guess. And I'm kind of going for more of the live action one. So that's kind of what I'm saying. More stronger, more powerful, because I'm going to go for more of a human feature, you know. And but I don't know, the pose I'm thinking of is very animated, very you know, you never had a friend like me kind of thing. And the reason I'm saying that is because I'm kind of having him in a, you know, his hands out, a little check me out pose. And even though he's not singing, to me this feels like the singing version in my sketch. But you know, sometimes you got to think of stuff like that, little rinky-dink silly, you know, this is what I was thinking kind of idea to animate, not animate, or I guess, yeah, maybe to animate, to bring your creation to life, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because that's one way of looking at it, is you know, you don't want to just draw something, you want to tell a story, right? Well, I do. And remember, this is how I draw. So this is how I tell a story with the drawing. And to me, it's all about the pose, or the sketch. You know, the idea of where was I going with this? What was I trying to do? And I kind of, if you've stuck around, if you've watched any of these, you know that I have a strange tendency to talk with sound. So whenever I'm saying, yeah, he's like plat-ow, or he's boom boom boom, you know, stuff like that, it's all about an emotion, a sound, or a feeling, you know. So that's kind of what I feel with my drawings too, is that I think of a scene. There we go. Okay, this is working out. Oh yeah, he's got a mustache. I got to put that in. All right. Okay, so I'm going to add some details real quick. And, oh yeah, for the bottom half, it's going to be smoke. So it's going to kind of disappear into where would be his legs, right? But I'm going to make him go into the bottle. And then I got to draw the bottle. And I got a picture of that, so I'm not too worried about it right now. I'm going to, there we go. Something like that. It looks kind of like a tiger tail. That's crazy. Okay, there's that for that. Let me put a few details into his muscles. English language is such a strange creature, you know, it's muscles. I mean, why do we spell stuff that way? We are sillies. Okay, ooh, I kind of just sketched something kind of cool here, so let me see if I can pull this off. The way I have his hands. There we go. That's a little long there, but let me try that out. I kind of have it back like that, so like the fingers are underneath. It's very, very animated, very exaggerated. But yeah, there you go. That's gonna work. All right. Let's see. Let's do this one. We're gonna give him a big old strong bicep here too. And what's funny is he's not muscular, you know, not in the movie, and neither is the animated one. But the Robin Williams animated character is such a big, round, like, not round, but a big, I guess upper body, upper torso, that I guess I always imagined him as big. And I guess part of this also is, you know, this is how I'm imagining the genie. I mean, this is how I draw, so it's about what I see. There we go. I think that's good enough for the hand. Oh, but you know what I need to do? Wow, I almost forgot about this. He's got his shackles on, right? His gauntlets, you know, that are keeping him attached to the, or chained, you know, keeping him in the lamp. So yeah, I almost completely forgot that. All right, so I think it's time to go. Bye, time to go. Just kidding. I'm going to switch over to Sharpies. I'm going to welcome everybody that skipped, because some people don't like to watch that drawing portion. And I'm going to erase some of these sketch lines. We want to stick with the confidence lines, right? Always stick with confidence in life. But I also want the Sharpie to stand out. So I'm going to make some of this disappear just enough that I can see what I'm doing, and leave the Sharpie at the furthermost predominant image of this drawing. So I'm ready to go. Yeah, so let's go. Let's switch over. Oops. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do a drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I've sketched the entire thing out, and now I'm ready to join up with my Sharpies. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point and can find the things that the fine point can't quite find. So I'm going to start with that and use this on the smaller details. So I've sketched it out, and I'm not just throwing stuff down, I'm drawing over my sketch. So I'm going to start with the eyes. I've got the head kind of tilted this way. If this is your head and that's your nose looking straight at you, I've got them tilted just a little bit like that, okay? So I'm going to draw, and this is more of a cross between live action and animated. So it's not so much animated, but it's not really Will Smith. It's just my interpretation of a real Robin Williams genie. We'll see. So I'm going to start with the eyelids to make sure I have them in the right spots. I'm just going to draw the top of the eyelid like that. And like I said, I like to do that to make sure that I've got them placed, you know, level and at the right angle to the head, the way I have the head faced. And that looks about right to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw the iris. I'm gonna do a little big, a little animated. So that means I can draw the pupils a little big like that. And this drawing is a little bit bigger because I'm only drawing the upper half, and the bottom half is going to disappear into smoke. So normally I just draw just a little bit and then let the implications of the bottom of the eye come into play. But like I said, this is a bigger drawing, so I can kind of add a little bit extra and not worry about too much disappearing. So now I'm going to give him some eyebrows, and I'm just going to have him kind of up and excited because he's a happy genie. Okay, and so now I'm going to draw his nose. So I'm going to turn myself a little bit more so I have the head facing the right direction for me, because it was kind of hard to draw this way, and I can't move my paper. All right, so I'm going to bring his bridge down just a little bit like that. I'm going to draw his nose like this. And I'll go ahead and give him just a little bit of a bulb of the nose, something like that. But that's it. I don't want to go too far because I want color to take care of a lot of it. And the black is going to stand out a lot. So for now, I'm just going to do that. So I'm going to give him a smile. Like this. And open his mouth. Like that. And I'm not going to draw his lips because A, it would stand out too much, but he's got a beard or a goatee that will stand out and accent like this. See, that's going to be his bottom lip, but his goatee is going to come in like that, and that'll kind of show where that is. And that means I can draw his mustache like this, and that will again kind of accent the top of the mouth. Like that, okay? So let's draw the edges of his face so I can draw the goatee in. So I'm gonna draw his, let's see, his goatee is gonna come down to a point like this. Normally I would draw the chin, but because it's covered up by the goatee, I'm gonna go ahead and draw this part. Faux the chin. And let's see, and that's gonna go back around and come up here like this. So we'll go ahead and just close off that goatee. Like that. I'm going to leave it open. I'll color that in later. I'm not worried about it right now. So I can draw the rest of his face. So I'm going to come in for his jawline. There's his apple cheeks, rosy apple cheeks. We'll draw the other one over here like that, just to give us a semblance of unity. And I'll go ahead and draw the side of his head over like this. Now, I want to draw the rest up here, but I've got, let's draw his ear real fast. I'm going to draw this like that for his ear, kind of a pointy genie ear, like that. And I'm going to go ahead and thicken it up a little bit because when I switch over to this Sharpie, this is super thick. And I kind of want to match what's about to happen. And if you're working with pencil, you don't have to do that. But I know what's about to happen. So I'm getting ready to make it look all uniform and together. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the round bulb of his head and then come back around, but I want to come over here and draw this side just to finish that up, to unite it, so to speak. And we'll draw this ear over here like we did over there. A little pointy elf genie ear. Just something like that. Again, I'm going to thicken that up. And again, if you're working with pencil, you don't have to do this. And so now I can draw his head, and I've got a kind of a big round old genie head. So I'm just going to draw like that, and I stopped right there because I want to draw his hair. And I don't want to draw through his headline, so I want to do that. So that's why I kind of stopped over here too. All right, and again, thickening some of it up. And we'll go ahead and do like we did over there, kind of the edge of the head, just to kind of show the forehead and the lines that are in it. Okay, and I'm going to unify that a little bit. I don't know why that's my word of the day, unify. All right, let me get straightened back up again. So I've got his hair up in a ponytail. So I'm going to go ahead and close it off like this. And I think I can switch over to the other Sharpie now. I think that's all the detail that I wanted to do for the top of the head. I'll go ahead and draw some hairlines like that just to show that it's in there. But yeah, I think that's it. I think, oh, you know what? Let's draw some earrings real fast, or an earring, right? Now let's give them both. Might as well. And it's the top because it's a front view, so all you're seeing of the roundness is just the middle of it. You're not seeing, you know, where the rest of the round part is. Okay, so I'm gonna switch over here now, and I've got his hair kind of in a let's see, kind of flowing back behind him. So see how thick this is? That's what I was trying to match. So it all works together. And have it kind of flowing up like this. So let's kind of bind some of this with, do something like this just to show the hairlines, you know? There we go. All right, so he does have a necklace too, so we're gonna draw his neck, and he's super strong and muscular, so I've got his neck coming down like this to his shoulders that are kind of raised because he's kind of his hands up in a you ain't never get a friend like me kind of thing. Let's draw, I'm coming back to here with the, I'm coming back to draw with the small Sharpie real fast, just to draw like a little necklace thing that he's got in the live action movie. Just something a little decorative. I'm just not a good speaker, I'll tell you that right now. I'm trying to entertain you and say stuff, but I'm not a good talker of words. So I'm just going to kind of add some stuff like this, just to add a little bit of flair for a necklace, right? But I don't want it huge to stand out like his body. So I'm just going to use this Sharpie just to draw a little something like this, and just do like that. And I'm just kind of making up like where or what it would even look like. Like I have a picture, but you know what? I'm just going to make it my own. This is how I draw. And then Disney can draw how they draw. And then we'll meet somewhere in between. Okay? So now I'm going to thicken it up just a little bit because it was a little thin. All right. Okay, that's good. Just a little necklace, a little something, a little magical. So now I'm going to give him his big shoulders and work my way out. So because his shoulders are raised a little bit, they're a little bit higher than normal. So this muscle is kind of big like that. That should have been more round. I should have, I'm drawing at a weird angle, but you know what? That's okay. We're gonna work with what we got. So I'm gonna draw this bicep like this. Here's his shoulder. Here's his elbow, bottom of his arm to his chest. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up over here, but look how weird that looks. You kind of round it out a little bit more. I'm gonna go with it and just live with what I did, but it came out a little more round or a little flat than I expected, but that's just because of the way I was drawing. So I'm gonna draw his cuffs, and again, I'm just kind of making it up. So I'm gonna draw the forearm that I can see down to the elbow, and then draw just like a spangly old bracelet that's just kind of attached to him, that's holding him into the lamp, you know? Okay, so and I did little bumps like that because there are little, again, adornments and baubles and bangly-doos that are all over it. So I'm just kind of adding a little bit of flair, you know? Just a little bit of something, just to make it more than just restraint, you know, a little bit of fanciness to it, something like that. And again, I'm just making this up, so you do what you do what you want, and I'm just going to kind of add a little bit of extra line there. And then now we're going to draw his hand. So I've got his hand kind of back like this, so to speak. So we're going to draw the back of the hand down here like this, the top of the hand, the meat part right there, and then I'm going to do the thumb like this. Okay, so that means I'm going to draw, it's kind of lean back so the lines are over itself like that. So I'm going to draw the pinky first, and it's up higher. This is more an exaggerated animated style of flared out fingers. And so the other ones, I'm kind of going back like this. So the other ones are behind it, like that. There's the middle finger, and then the first finger. But see, they're kind of behind each other, so you can't really see them as well. I'm going to try to straighten some of that out. And unfortunately, this bleeds quite a bit, but I want to try to work with Sharpies for you so you can just grab whatever you have around the house. You don't have to worry about getting new supplies or whatnot, just go ask your parents for some Sharpies and you can work. So that's why I'm just kind of, it bleeds, but this is what we got to work with. This is where we're gonna go. You know what, let's draw a little bit of muscular line right here for his bicep, just to show that he's got some muscles. All right, so let's draw his bicep, or his chest, his pec, right? And we'll go ahead and just draw this side down and then work our way over, okay? So I'm gonna draw his rib cage into his stomach, his abs, so to speak. Let's go ahead and do this one over here like that. We'll go ahead and draw it all the way down. So he's got some clothes, some pants, but they kind of disappear in the smoke. So we're just gonna kind of do this, and then we'll draw that smoke in a second, okay? So same thing, this shoulder is gonna be up. So I'm gonna come down like this, raise this shoulder up, and see how that one's more round than that one was? That's okay, I can live with that. I'm just gonna go over a little bit. I'm gonna draw his bicep down here, or the bottom of it. Here's the top of the bicep going into the crook of the arm. From the elbow, same thing, we're gonna draw just up to where the bracelets are gonna be. But I don't wanna call them bracelets because they're binding him, right? They're enslaving him to the lamp. Again, I'm not a good speaker. They're enslaving him to the lamp, so it's more than just a bracelet. It's an official, like, it's enslaving him. What's the word? Shackle. It's a shackle more than a bracelet. So that's the word I'm looking for. And again, I'm just going to try to adorn it, just try to make it pretty, because in my eyes too, that's how I feel, that it's trying to look pretty, even though it's almost disguising itself. You know, it's like, well, it is pretty, but it's enslaving him, kind of tricking you. So, you know, he wants to be free, but it doesn't look like he's chained. It looks like he's got pretty bracelets. So that's kind of how I feel. That's what I mean by it's a bracelet, but it's a shackle, you know? Okay, so let's draw his hand. It's the same thing. This one's just kind of out like that. So I'm going to draw the thumb here like this. I'm going to draw the back of the hand, inside of the hand, like that. So does that kind of guide you as where we're going? I'll add some detail in a second. So I'm going to draw the pinky. Again, because you can see it first. The ring finger, the middle finger, and then the pointer finger. And there we go. Simple hand. And I'm going to add just a little bit of lines and detail just to, you know, make it come alive. There we go. Just something like that. It's a little more pointy than I wanted, but you know what? That's okay. I can make that work. All right, so now, oh, you know what? Let's do the smoke with a thinner Sharpie. That way it doesn't stand out as much as his body. So I'm just gonna kind of do something like this just to kind of accent where we're starting, where we're switching over. And if you're working with a pencil, you don't have to worry about this, but for a thick and thin line, it's gonna look a little nicer that this is not as predominant. So I'm just gonna kind of make up some smoke. I'm just gonna, you know, kind of draw what I think the smoke would be, just to kind of accent smoke lines. And I will thicken some of this up because it is a lot thinner than I was hoping. Because that's the nice thing about this Sharpie is it's super thin, but it may be too thin for what I was going for here. Let's see. Okay, and again, remember, you don't have to do it like this. This is just me making this up, so you do what makes you happy. Because remember, as what I always say, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Okay. the nice thing too is there's no rules about smoke. You know, you can draw it however you want. No one can tell you you're wrong. Or, you know, and even if they do tell you you're wrong, who cares? That's their opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody can have it. Unfortunately, sometimes everybody wants to tell it to you. But that's okay. Just let it roll off your back. All right. You ever have that? You ever have someone come and tell you, it's like, that doesn't look right, or that's this, or this is how I feel? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, let it roll off your back. Who cares? I mean, I care how other people feel, but sometimes it's not that important, you know? All right, there we go. All right, I like the little spiral stuff too. That's kind of fun to do. Kind of give it a little stylized look to it, you know. All right, so I'm going to switch back over to the big Sharpie for the lamp. And the lamp, I'm just going to draw real fast, just kind of in the tracing over the sketch that I did. So I'm going to draw this in like this, come in like that. This end's going to go like this. I kind of went too thin here, but I'll see what I can do. There we go. That'll work. And then just going to come down here and do that. Come up here and do this. And let's see. Just to make sure I got it right. Just looking at a picture, and it's close enough, right? Okay. Draw the base. Something like this, and add a little flair, a little touch to it. A little design style, a little how I draw. Right? There we go. And there you go, something like that. So I say we take care of the rest with color. That is the Genie from Aladdin. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.